So the third thing, Nirvana. Oh no. The scary Buddhist concept of nirvana and nothingness and emptiness, or whatever translation you read in whatever book. Extinction. That's one I read a lot. Extinction. Nirvana is pointing at stillness. It's pointing at the quality of your own mind and your own consciousness before you start identifying things and separating them and naming them and labeling and deciding you know what those things are about. Or if I do something unexpected, ha! So for an instant, our minds stop and we all just hear that sound. For one instant, our minds are the same. When we're thinking about stuff, we're different. You're a conservative, I'm a liberal. You're a Native American, I'm a Euro-mutt. Right? You're a Christian, I'm a Buddhist. We do it all the time. Man, woman, light, dark, birth, death, life, death. Right? We do that all the time. It serves a certain function. But we do it all the time, and we identify with it. And you know politically, if you read the papers or anything, politics, you can really see how it's at a point where we can't have an intelligent conversation about anything anymore. Because we've got our camps. And the camps almost have their own realities. Can't talk. So this is not just philosophy, this is a real phenomena in our human experience. And I don't think the planet cares one way or another, but it definitely affects how many generations we have left, I think. So when I shouted unexpectedly, huh, and our minds, 1 second connect, no distinctions, no camps, just our minds hit on one thing, perceive one thing clearly together, that's 1 second of world peace. 1 second. This is also nirvana. So is that extinction? No, it's just, huh! And in another instant, it's something else. And in another instant, it's something else. But this clear perception where the waves that we're making in our minds stop and we just perceive very clearly. Okay? That's nirvana. Not extinction. Not becoming dead in your mind. Becoming alive in your mind, perceiving very clearly. We chant the name of Kwanzaa Bosal. Kwanzaa Bosal is a bodhisattva. And she heard a sound and this opened her perception and she became this bodhisattva that embodies compassion. So her mind cleared. And then from this vantage point, from this point of clear mind, she then automatically and spontaneously started living a life for others. How can I help you? So Zen Buddhism, Zen practice, Zen Master Sung San always talked about don't know mind. He didn't like the word nirvana because of all the associations that have come. But he talked about don't know mind. Right? In this one instant where somebody shouts at you or does that, or slams the book on your finger and shouts, "What are you?" And your mind just goes, stops for a second. And you're in there, you're alive, but everything stops for a second. All the bullshit just drops for a second. Then he said, this mind is you. This is your true self. This perception, this openness, this emptiness, but this clear mind, this is you. So if you can see the color of this wall, if you can hear the sound of the swamp cooler, just perception before you start naming it. Right? Your true self is functioning very clearly. So those are the three things. And he called them seals or stamps. The word was mudra, Dharma mudra. Dharma is like the teaching or the truth. And the mudra is the seal. So this thing that we do with our hands, we call that a mudra. It's the same word. And we do this with our hands because it completes the form for our formal meditation practice, right? It's sealing it in a way, is the connotation of the word. And then these three seals of existence are, once you taste them, once you really perceive them and just see them clearly in your heart, how they function, not doctrine, but just life, right? That tends to make an impression that you don't soon forget. Because the point of it isn't to be able to spout this stuff. The point of it is, does it help you live your life? Does it help you to wake up to what you truly are underneath all this stuff? Why? Why do you eat every day? Why do you get up? Put on these clothes? Why did you come here on a Sunday? So the practice is always pointing to, how is it just now? What is your direction? What direction do you walk in? How does this practice become realized in your body? If a cow drinks water, it becomes milk. If a snake drinks water, it becomes venom. If you eat an animal, or even a vegetable, vegetables are alive too. Vegetarians eat things that can't run away. You take this life into your body. You're responsible. What will you do with that life? Buddha gave wonderful teaching. Too much. A glut of riches in his insight and his teaching. How will you use it? So that Buddha's story can become your story. So please use these teachings well. Not just in formal practice, but also informally. Moment to moment to moment. What is the situation right in front of you? Perceive it clearly, the same way you perceived, and see what happens. What do you find yourself doing spontaneously? What emerges? This is how teachings become lived wisdom. And I hope you bring back many, many things to report, because we're all learning together and practicing together. Thank you for listening. And here's open Q&A where I find out how badly I've confused you.